time has come for Kerbal kind to migrate their home planet and to move to pastures new throughout the Kerbal system. And I am going to be helping them build it. So welcome guys to the first episode of the Evian base. I'm sorry it's been quite a long time since I released the trailer. It's just I've been so busy with school and stuff like that. So let's get into it. So I've set myself a few parameters. First of all, firstly, this is definitely not going to be a stock install. As you can see here, I've got loads of the B9 stuff. If you come into the aerodynamics package, you'll see I've got procedural fairings. I've also got the KW fairings for reasons that I will explain in a moment. But first of all, the parameters that I want to make. We are going to Eve. You may see in the top right hand corner, you will see a shot of Eve in the tracking station. Now, basically what I want to do is I want to go there and I want to set up a base, a research station as it were, where 15 Kerbals are going to live. That's right, 15 Kerbals. And they're going to have everything. They're going to have habitation modules, they're going to have science, they're going to have science laboratories, they're going to have little rovers that they can drive around, you're going to have little automated robots, and we're also going to need a return system in order to dock on there. Now, here's where it starts to get interesting. I want to get everything, and that's bits of fuel, habitation, power, all that sort of stuff. I want to get it all to Eve and docked and assembled in just 3 launches. That's right, 3 launches. That's why I have the different sorts of fairings. So if you come here, you can see I've got the procedural fairings, because if I have a wider load, for example like a massive rover or something like a big 4-man rover, I can use one of these big 5-meter bases or something like that and then have clusters of fuel tanks underneath. Whereas if I'm launching something smaller, which is probably like the habitation modules and stuff like that, I have the KW fairings, because it's just easier to build a fairing around it rather than just have a fairing be like stenciled out for you. So if I like put there, you can see these blue lines are stenciled. So I'm going to get into the building of it now, and I hope that you enjoy it. And so, at 4 times normal speed, Old Mead starts to build the core of the Evian base. You can see I wanted to use quite a large probe core here. I don't know if I'm actually going to take any astronauts on this mission. I probably will. As of recording this post-commentary, I haven't actually yet launched it. But you can see it's a fairly basic core. We're going to have 2 habitation modules on either end of a laboratory. Fairly simple stuff, to be honest. A couple of RTGs to power it, and just 2 docking ports. I did consider putting the gear on. Reminds me, I did consider putting some extra arms, some extra outcroppings on decouplers, and then once I'd entered Evian atmosphere, decouple those and send them down on separate parachutes. However, I thought, bearing in mind that these are 2.5 meter parts already, I do think that might be pushing it space-wise and weight-wise for launching. So I ended up deciding against that idea, and I think I'm going to launch them in the next launch, whenever that might be. But you can see me here as well, putting on extra SAS units, because I really want to be able to maneuver this easily whilst in space. The big problem, I feel, when we're actually going to try and put this in a fairing, and you'll see in a second when I try and put it in a fairing, is that I'm just not going to have enough space. And if I use a 3-meter fairing, then that's when it's probably going to start to get interesting. You can see me here now, just starting to find the fairings. I've put that extra bit on the end as well. That I don't know what it's called. I think it's a structural end plate or something like that. And I've put a docking port on that so we can attach a rover. But anyway, back to old me. Okay, so in that last clip, I actually messed up a little bit, as you probably saw at the end. I was struggling as to what fairings I should choose, and I ended up choosing the wrong type of nose cone for this and thinking that it wasn't fitting and that there was a bug with the fairings, when in actual fact it was just my incompetence. So here we are, we've got the fairings at long last. I found the right thing. In the end, I did decide to go with 3.75 meter, just because it gives us a little bit of extra room when it comes to these landing gear here. You can see that we've got enough room. Let's check our center of mass though before we actually put our fairing on there. So if we just check that, yeah, you can see we are a little bit off the center here. So what I'm going to do to bring us back in line, I'm gonna get some batteries, but I want to find some ones that have got some quite heavy mass. That's 0.03. I think I'm going to go with 2 of these. I'm going to not put symmetry on. I'm just going to put one here and then copy that across and put one here. Like this, if we land in water, it's going to be on the water. So that's okay. That's all good. Right, so we're going to put the nose cone on first. The thing to remember with these KW fairings is that you see this little dot has to match up with this little dot here, not the big dot, otherwise it just looks really weird. Okay, so we press symmetry, or it automatically snaps, and we put the nose cone on. Always put the nose cone on first. That's the only way you can actually do it. So now if I can pick this one up, we've got the expanded wall, and that on there. I'm not sure where to strut this a bit actually. I might do that just to be sure. Err on the side of caution in Kerbal Space Program, otherwise it will come back to bite you in the arse. So I'm just going to put symmetry onto, I think 3 times will probably be enough to be fair. We're going to attach it here. We got attach elsewhere, yes we have. We're also going to double that strength up with a higher bracket from, if I can actually get it on here. I cannot, right, okay. Can I attach from the fairing? I can from the outside. Can I attach from the inside? No. So we're just going to go from higher up, just because that's just easier to do. There we go. I don't think that worked. Oh yeah, it did. My mistake. Right, so that should be safe now. So let's just zoom out. So let's grab another one of these fairings. Oh, I just clicked out of my window for some reason. Haha. Right, I'm going to grab another one of these. Come on, thank you. We're going to snap it on there, and there we go. We have our completed fairing for our rocket. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to strap it to a launch vehicle that I've prepared already, and then I shall christen it, and then I shall test it. So I will see you guys then. Okay, on the launch pad, the first test of the Evian base stands ready in its fairing at the KSC. No astronauts are inside, just purely for safety reasons, but I just wanted to get this shot just as the sun's just starting to set in the sky here, nice and low. Got the clouds rolling in from the clouds mod. I can't remember. Environmental visual enhancements, that's the one. But just look how cool this rocket looks. It's amazing. And then click on our resources. We've got 3 massive fuck-off tanks with a few more little fuck-off tanks on the top. We have 3 massive fuck-off engines from KW Rocketry, which are, I think they're close to 5,000 thrust each. We've also got SAS modules on the top here to give us a bit more stability. There is no IVAV because it's a probe. We have energy consumption, thankfully, because we have 2 RTGs. Might not be enough, but we will find out. SAS on, throttle up to full. This is the first time I have tested this rocket, so if it goes wrong, then oh well. I will get it off. I will do it off camera. The launch into orbit, and I will show you the journey to Eve myself. So here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Godspeed, Evian base. Oh my god. That is accelerating pretty fast, I have to admit. Actually, it's not too bad, actually. We are using fuel, like, we are using fuel very fast. And we are starting to overheat. That's not good. Yeah, I'm going to have to throttle back just a tad. Not too much. We're dropping off into acceleration. We are not. But at least we're not using as much fuel now. We are using 390 fuel arbitrary units per second. I need to start turning over now. Here we go. This is much nicer. Look at this. It's beautiful. Going up above the clouds now. Our overheat has decreased. We're like through the thickest part of the atmosphere almost now. Gonna put us down just a tad more. Getting ready to drop those tanks. Dropped. We're going to start decreasing in acceleration, but we will eventually level out, like now. And now we're starting to accelerate again. Now this is where we watch our apoaps. Now our fuel consumption has somewhat decreased. We need to wait till our speed gets over around 800, about 1,000 meters per second. So about a kilometer per second, and we'll see how it goes there. But until then, let's get some beauty shots. Look at this. This is beautiful. It really is a beautiful looking rocket, and with these clouds, Kerbin does just look amazing, I do have to admit. And as we all know, rockets are renowned. Look at that. That's a screenshot moment right there. Let's get that in a screenshot for Steam. That. Rockets are more efficient while going sideways rather than going straight up, because they're working with the force of gravity rather than against it. So you can see here our apoaps is climbing, but we're also coming more around the planet than we would be if we were heading straight up, so to speak. Time to apoaps is about 56 seconds and rising. That's good. I wonder if I could actually accelerate a little bit more now. Not too sure. We can see the stars. They burn so bright. I'll shut up. But yeah, let's check our apoaps. This is where we need to start concentrating. So I'm going to just roll us over just a tad more and get ready to cut throttle. Oh, we've burned out. We have burned out our stage. Next stage. This is not good. Just get this up to 100. 100, there we go. 100. This will just be our orbital insertion burn. I don't think we're going to have enough fuel somehow to get to Eve now. Let's just leave it at that. And now for the inertia. This is going to be fun. I have to say, some of these engines make a cracking sound, I'm not going to lie. So let's get us onto that maneuver node. Let's time accelerate to... Oh, maybe not. Let's not. Let's go back. Let's time accelerate and lock it. Wait, what the hell's going on? Let's check my recording time. Bandicam, tell me. Okay, Bandicam doesn't want to tell me. Bandicam, you bitch. No. Let's time accelerate round. $30 seconds, 39, 38, 2. Oh shit, missed that a little bit. Doesn't matter though. It's going to be a 12-second burn. Not that that matters all that much, I don't think. I don't think these engines are very efficient. 2, 1, there we go. Periaps is 68, so just raise that up just a tad. There we go. Beautiful! We are in orbit around the planet Kerbin. Now on to the next phase. Okay, so with the Evian base now in space, that rhymes. We are now going to test its re-entry capabilities. How we're going to do this is we're not going to go to Eve. First of all, we don't have enough fuel in this launch vehicle. I will tweak that for the final version of the Evian base launch, which you will see in the next episode. What we're going to do now is we're going to try our best to land this, preferably over land, so we can see how it performs under landing, so I know what to change in between episodes, etc. So we're going to see, we're just coming down to periaps now. What we're going to do is we're going to thrust retrograde. I'm going to make sure we come down over the land like that. Then we're going to do the separation. Let's do it like this. That was kind of boring, I do have to admit. Let's just give us some inertia. That's alright. That'll get us away. Awesome. I haven't got any RCS, which might be a problem. Okay. Right, so we're going to bring our nose flat now. Now, I would go retrograde, but I've noticed that I've forgotten to fit a heat shield on here. It doesn't matter all that much, really, but just for the looks purposes, I think I'm going to go in prograde into the atmosphere, just so it looks cooler, essentially. And I'm also going to go in with the landing legs facing downwards, so that we end up like sort of pancaking, sort of like this. So it's easier for when the parachutes deploy. So we've got our landing gear ready and pointed down. So let us time accelerate and let's see how we play this. Okay, so we're at times 1 now. Should really be coming down near here, I would say. I might be wrong, but then again, who isn't wrong about Kerbal Space Program? I have been many times. How are our batteries holding up? Pretty well. This really is a beautiful game with all this stuff in. Fortunately, I did have to install a texture reduction pack, just the normal one, for like the stock parts and the B9 parts and stuff like that, which means the graphics do look slightly muddy now, especially on this SCS. That's a sofa company. SAS like thing now. There's our flag. Flags in space. Incidentally, while I think about flags, I'm going to be starting a new thing with the Evian base and KSP News. I'm going to let you submit your own picture, be it like a YouTube picture for your YouTube channel to go and promote to you, or just a photo that you want to put. Like, let's say you have someone who has a birthday, for example, and you want to say happy birthday by putting them on the show. Send me their profile picture and I'll put it on a flag, stick it in the ground, and we'll have like a field of flags and it will be amazing. Then again, that could be a little bit pervy, so if maybe don't do that. Maybe do something else. But yeah, send images to put on flags. Nothing inappropriate, because I will be sifting through them before I actually pick one. So sorry if you end up sending a pair of boobs, because yeah, you probably won't get picked. We're just going to try and delve a little bit deeper into the atmosphere now. See how our velocity vector is starting to drop. See, this the reason I want to go for face first, essentially, just because this has got more of a heat shield on the front. For the final version, I might put a heat shield on, I might not. Maybe going in prograde is the best idea. I know I've done re-entry capsules in the past for things such as rovers, which have still been in the fairing when they've entered the atmosphere. The stars are disappearing and we're starting to get heating. Here we go. This is the big part. Will we make it? Will we make it onto land? I think we will. Brilliant. Let's keep it on that velocity vector. This looks amazing. That's a screenshot moment. There we go. Beautiful. Try and keep it steady. Keep her steady, Scotty. Let's try and hold it on the SAS there. Or we could just let... No, we don't want that. We don't want to let go of the SAS. It's a fairly gentle re-entry. It's nothing like what we're going to experience on Eve, but I haven't got Ferrum Aerospace installed, so really, at the end of the day, that doesn't matter. Whoever was looking through that little docking port window, oh god, they'd have the best view, seriously. And also the worst view, probably. Okay, so we're now over land. We're starting to decrease in our shock heating. I'm going to try and keep us steady. Wait until we get below 700 meters a second. There we go. Just starting to stop getting shock heated. Right, and parachute deploy. Yes, beautiful. Now that's going to slow us down substantially. Looks like we're coming down the mountains somewhere. But that's holding so far. We've just got one stage left, and that's when these fully deploy. Are they going to rip off? Somehow I doubt it, because we got quite a few parachutes there. I am not going to lie. I'm going to put our gear down. I said gear down. Thank you. And apparently I've put them on the wrong way because I'm a Mong. Oh, Jesus Christ. Only I can make a mistake like that. No matter, I shall fix that. This is a test at the end of the day. So we are going to land upside down now, but aside from that, I say this was a very successful test. I wonder if I can roll around. Yeah, come on, you can roll. There we go. No, damn it. Right, come on. Deploy parachutes, goddamn you. Thank you. Whoa, we are also very out in terms of our centre of mass. I will have to balance that out. Or actually, maybe I won't have to because we have landing legs at the end of the day. Can I? Come on. Let's just time accelerators down now. I don't think I've ever been here before. This is really interesting. Really high up. So we're going to just come down here. Something will probably explode. Yep. On base. So that's because I was a Mong. And I did, not only did I do this under time acceleration, but I also did a goof move and I put the landing legs on the wrong way round. So, in future, guys, put landing legs on the correct direction, and that's going to end it off for this episode. I shall make the changes in between. I'm calling the base Hope. Well, this is the core module anyway. But thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next episode. KSP news will be out as soon as there is some more news, aside from more .24 just logos been released. They will be in the next show though. So remember, send your images in. This is Brad signing off. Peace.